on Cthulhu. Oh, they haven't killed Cthulhu yet. They're doing Nax before Cthulhu. Classic. THD said he was happy for me, but his face told a different story. I got the feeling he was actually quite jealous. And with all right, I point out. I was actually, looking back on it, a bit of a pain in the ass. I would constantly tell THD how cool it was that I was raiding Nax Ramus. What? Pepe hands indeed. I felt a little bad about it, but not enough to not keep doing it. Oh my god. It wasn't like I was going to abandon him or anything. I was just going to play a little bit with these nice people while the opportunity was there. Don't worry, she'll come back to you. We didn't kill Cthulhu that day, but they were apparently very, very happy with my performance. The next day, I got an offer to join the guild full time. Oh shit, though! What do I do? I did have a couple of purples by now, but was still mostly in blues. I was so far behind them on gear and experience that it was a joke, honestly, that I was being invited. You're correct. It is a joke. It is actually a joke. But this was classic! I was a holy priest! They needed me! That's what it was. That's what it was. There was literally no other holy priest in the entire server. None. Weird, right? I told them no. I told them no. I would only join if my boyfriend THD could join the raiding team too. This caused some headaches. This caused some headaches. They wanted a priest. They didn't need a shit-geared rogue. They had loads of rogues. They compromised. A compromise. A bargain shall be struck, ladies and gentlemen. A shake of the hands. We'll get it there. They said if he geared up on the Molten Core runs that their guild did every now and again, they would reevaluate his DPS in the future. How political. I said that sounds reasonable, and that I would join them when that happened. Oh, so she didn't join. Oh, plot twist. She didn't join until that would happen. I take it all back. She didn't join the guild. She just stayed raiding with them full time, but not in the guild. So technically she hasn't joined the guild. I kept joining them as a pug for Nax Ramus and AQ40 progression. They fully boosted me through Blackwing Lair to get a full... Not you though, THD. Oh, look. They boosted her through Blackwing Lair, got her full Transcendency set for the hot set bonus. We killed Mexina and Cthulhu soon after. On the kill screenshots, I was the only one that brandished a different guild name above my head. I wasn't sure how long I could keep blackmailing Limit about my membership. But finally, THD got some weapon drops. And he was allowed to raid with them. Get in there. It was weird, but nice. Seeing the guild chat with familiar people after having raided with them for so long. I felt really at home in Limit. THD didn't like it. He was benched every raid. His pride was hurt beyond repair. Having been dragged in based on my merits. It says here in brackets, of my class choice, to be fair. Yeah. We all believe you. He broke up with me not long after. He just peaced out. We shouldn't laugh. We're terrible people. You're all terrible people. You're all bad. It It was over a fight about whose turn it was to do the dishes that sent him over the edge. You should do the dishes. She's busy raiding. Nax Ramus. What are you raiding? The bench? Okay. Do the dishes. Go on. Hop on. Oh well. Some things don't work out. The guild was slowly progressing through Nax Ramus. And I was slowly progressing through university. But one day I noticed one of my classmates, Max, wearing a t-shirt saying more dots on the front, stop dots on the back, with a wide chest. Glad to have found a fellow WoW player, I got to talking to him. It turned out we were both playing Holy Priests, so we naturally continued to compare gear on the armory. His guild was up to Kalthazad, while we were wiping on Lowertheb. Max spent the first hour of our meeting telling me how much better his gear was than mine. Now that's a real WoW player who's progressing Kalthazad in Classic. So this girl walks up to me, right? Plays WoW. Yeah, I think she wants to get some of this sweet D. Turns out, though, she's fucking noob, mate. Only on Lowertheb. Piece of shit. So I told her how shit she was for an hour. That's how I did it. Yeah, I was alphaing her. I was really alphaing her. It's the best way. My first impression of Max, that he was a bit of an arse. Years later, though, I found out he was secretly jelly of me having the chandelier staff from Thaddeus, which was the only one piece of gear I had that was better than his. You triggered him with your staff from Nax. That is a genuine Nax Ramus progressing classic player. There's no more evidence I need. There is really no more evidence I need that is genuine. Despite this false start, we became friends, started dating, and moved in together. But you shouldn't move too fast for these things. Raiding together was not going to happen for quite some time yet. We're on different realms, and we stayed with our guilds throughout all of the Burning Crusade. Max was in a world 21st kill as a Shadow Priest at one point. And I can honestly say that I was really jealous of him, and we didn't talk properly for 2 weeks. Fuck. All in all, though, things were good. Are you sure? Are you sure things are good? Are you sure? In Wrath of the Lich King, though, we transferred to the same realm and started raiding together. He was tanking now. I was still a healer. And in Mists of Pandaria, we got our first kid. We took turns in raiding one-handed, holding the baby with the other arm. We got our second kid in Warlords of Draenor and tried to stick to social guilds, where it was okay to suddenly AFK to check on a crying child. We still play today, and our son has a hunter level 18. I'm very proud. I know this isn't on par with the gory drama stories. We don't do gore that normally go on the channel, but I wanted to share it anyway. If you have a non-insane girlfriend or boyfriend, it's not that bad to invite them to the game. You broke up with your boyfriend because of the game. This is the worst example of this story situation ever. Ever! Literally ever! He left because of your raid progress. It's so bad! Like, what are you talking about? It's so... He invited you to the game and it caused the breakup as far as I can see it, right? Poor THD there was like, oh, you should come and play WoW. We'll play together, we'll have fun. And he left! He left! It's not a bad idea. Thanks, Mike, for reading the story. I love your accent. I'm not from Sheffield. Don't ever say that. Just telling you, not from Sheffield. I give my love to the chat. Will do. We'll give our love to the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, that was great fun. And that does bring us to the end of drama time for this week. What accent? I think I have a pretty non-clear accent. It's English. That's about as far as we can get. She left him, though. I'm just saying. She was the normal, though. I don't know, Anna. I don't know. It's North. It's a northern accent. I'll take it. It's North. I don't sound like Sean Bean. I don't sound like Sean Bean. Not in any way. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend. It is my son's birthday, so I will be out and about in Blackpool tomorrow. So if any of you live in Blackpool and you see me, say hi. Say hi, unless I'm doing something other than that. King in the North, mate. King. I can't even do a northern accent. I can't do it. Have a wonderful weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you again on Monday. Hopefully, we will be near capped on Classic, and we can get back on with our normal schedule. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? We're probably going to play something else next week as well. So be good. I'll see you then. Bye-bye, everybody. all for one. Right, I have. Last week, we had the tale from Our Lady, who was that girl. And in response, I got this. Now, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you guys. I really don't know. If I've learned anything from Drama Time, it's that a lot of you playing WoW, and particularly, although it's not exclusive, in your casual, heroic, normal mode guilds, are all thirsty bastards. From both sides of the coin. You're all thirsty bastards. And I don't understand how you guys get through a day with so much sexual tension going on all the time. Because it seems like there's a lot. It does seem like there's a lot. Unless it's all like coming towards me because of this. But who knows? Right, we need a holy paladin. Someone described as a wicked woman. Who's going to be our wicked lady? Let's have Athena. Athena could be a wicked woman. I don't know what that means. A wicked woman. An amazing player. Oh, any of them here? Let's have Hark. Mr. P. Hark. We need a lagger. Someone who's lagger. Let's have a super novice. We'll put it as novice. A super lagger. We need an average tank. Who's an average tank? I read average tank as terrible tank. Right, let's have Hansons. I'm going to run out of namespaces here for this. For sure. We need a hunter who will have as... Let's have Mr. Jones. Mr. M. Jones. And there's like 4 more names to this. Good God. Okay. An IRL best friend. Who's our IRL best friend? Let's have MJ. How are we doing on space? Yeah, we're pretty full there. Okay. We'll fill in the rest as we go. There are more names than that. There are more names than that, so I'll fill them in as we go. Okay. Girls kill WoW. Are you ready? Dr. Jones. Okay. So, it begins actually with MJ, the real-life friend. We've got like a description. MJ is an IRL best friend and my go-to partner in crime for World of Warcraft. So MJ and I just recently come back to World of Warcraft after trying every WoW killer out there. And noticing WoW was just straight up better. We decided to roll Alliance, one of many mistakes we look back on and frown at our younger selves to this day. I was a druid, and he was and forever will be a female human warrior. Always playing Fury, mate. Even when it's bad. Because, in his opinion, big dick swords look cool as fuck. One of those players, eh? Cool. We recently recruited our character quick up the leveling marks and eventually hit max. This was during Mists of Pandaria. And we slowly decided to look for a guild when out of nowhere we see... Oh, we need a cesspool. I already need an extra name. The names are in like reverse order, so I'll go with Crowant. We see Crowant. Crowant's description, a cesspool guild leader. We see Crowant in trade chat spamming trade for his social guild. He's just starting, mate. We joined knowing we would leave eventually, but wanted to have some bants with some baddie casuals from time to time. And I'm the elitist, right? I'm the elitist. While doing dungeons in Lufra, we slowly realized there were some above average players in this guild, some pumpers, and multiple hundreds of 12 to 16 year olds apparently playing on McDonald's Wi-Fi with their feet, or so we could only imagine. Lucky for us though, the few good players. All right, here we go. Here come the big team: Newbie, Athena, and Co. There's several of them, and of course my boy MJ. Out of multiple hundreds of people in the guild, we included Crowant, the GM. We're the only people in Discord every day. Slowly, Crowant sat in Discord and trade chat every single day inviting more and more people to his beautiful, beautiful guild. Over the next few weeks, MJ and I would be able to call the other people friends. And as Warlords was coming out, we knew we wanted to steal these friends and make our own guild that was not Crowant's cesspool garbage. Aww. This was easy, though. This was easy, as Novice was a real player, a gamer, and wanted to PvE, PvP all day, every day. He instantly said yes to making our own guild. We're going to call our guild, what we're calling this fucking divine guild that we're all making. You guys can pick. You guys can all pick. Hark didn't want to at first and was the last to leave because of his casual tendencies. The Matrix. I like that. Yeah, we're calling it the Matrix. We're making a new guild called the Matrix. But he eventually came. Athena and MJ had hit it off, even though Athena had a boyfriend IRL she lived with. MJ and her were definitely in the pink all night long. Flirty bants on Discord and exchanging those pics. Neither would admit to their long-time love, but we all knew. We all knew. So MJ and I made the Matrix. We overthrew Crowant and took his only few active players and made our own guild. Wasn't long, of course, before Crowant messaged us all in a rage. Traitors! Idiots! Scum! He denounced his IRL friend, Athena, as being a traitor and cowardly. We would check on Crowant throughout Mists of Pandaria, and his awesome guild was dying, even though all of his gameplay consisted of sitting in trade, spamming his macro, and inviting brand new players who had just made characters. He loved his guild. His poor, poor dying... Oh, you made me feel bad for the cesspool guy. He loved his guild. His poor, poor dying guild. I feel bad for Crowant. He's trying to make something happen. It's not happening. It's not... I know. That's really rude. I feel bad for a cesspool guild. Onto the Matrix, though. After overthrowing Crowant and creating our own guild... You didn't overthrow... Fuck off! You didn't overthrow shit. You literally left and made a new guild. That's not overthrowing. Right? You are not taking over the Empire. Alright? You did not storm the gates. Alright? This is not overthrowing. This is just quitting the guild and making a new guild. That's it. There's no overthrowing happening. But you make it as epic as you want. You make it sound as cool as you want. But you basically did the easiest and most cowardly option, I might add. And creating our own guild, we decided it was time to go to trade chat ourselves. We need more people. What do? We're going to go to trade chat, of course, obviously. But we had a different macro. We had a different macro. Instead of being a casual guild, we branded ourselves semi-hardcore casual guild. Fucking played, right? That'll cut out all the shit. We won't get any shit players that way. That's the easy way. We would raid 2 to 4 times a week. That's double the commitment. Which one is it? Is it 2 or is it 4? Let me put it this way. I can raid a total of 3. So 2 works, 4 doesn't. Which one is it? I need to know the answer. Depending on what we could kill. The fuck does that mean? We would be raiding 2 to 4 times a week, depending on what we could kill on the first 2 nights. Good guild, good guild. Still in Mists of Pandaria, and the farm up flex and get in there. So we did just that. We went right into it, boys. Recruited a lot of people who don't matter. But one stood out as especially fucking terrible. Her name was Newbie. We carried Newbie so hard. We carried her through all of Siege of Orgrimmar and eventually had to drop her when she openly stated after a literal 10th death to the Garrosh AoE in the second phase that the attack was undodgeable. You don't dodge it. You just heal it. What the fuck? We quickly replied with, how come everyone else is dodging it? And she said, because we're scumbags. Because you're scumbags. Scumbags can dodge anything. Well, there you go. No. Don't you question it. Don't you question it. If you're dodging shit in World of Warcraft, straight scumbag. Actual scumbag players. We are scumbags. She stayed in the guild for free loot. Eventually, most of us got through Siege of Orgrimmar and got most of the heirlooms we wanted in. Well, at least I did. And from recruiting average players and clearing normals, that's all we did. Things got better. Especially when we met our mythic raider. Oh, shit. We're going to go with Jones, aren't we? Jones. He was an average healer. He did a little bit more than Athena in normal heroic gear while wearing heroic mythic gear. He was a disc priest. And when he came into the raid, he had a macro saying that his presence had blessed us. And when we asked if he was coming to the raid, he would say, sure, he would help us clear things. Oh my god. Kill me now. Kill me. Sure, I'll help you. I'll bless you. Our guild was giving it the old college try, in his opinion. All the way up to Warlords of Draenor. This brings us to WoD and the downfall of the Matrix. Warlords of Draenor dropped, and oh my god, did we think it was great. Our entire raid team stayed in their same roles, and we smashed the leveling. MJ, Athena, Novice, and I would level as fast as possible. Not even grouping together though, mate, but asking, what level are you? What percent you at? What quest you on? All playing individually. Why? Why? Why would you do that? All trying to secretly level first and one-up each other like true boys. While we were leveling through, we noticed Jones. Jones and Newbie had decided to duo level in their own channel on Discord. We were 96-ish when we needed a healer for a dungeon and wanted to reach out. You still want him though. We wanted to reach out to Jones because he was okay. But he was also most likely to be around our level because he was a mythic raider in Mists of Pandaria. We checked, and holy cow, he was just 92. We couldn't believe it. All the way up to Warlords of Draenor, he had spoken of going big dick, carrying us in our guild, joining us full-time to assist, but he was barely near the cap. We wondered why until we noticed him and Newbie were the same level. It turns out he had decided not to go turbo. He wanted to help her. As a hunter-healer combo, pull one mob at a time, one quest at a time. We broke out in laughter and joined their Discord saying passive-aggressive comments and pushing the fact that they were couple leveling and she was holding him back. Jones being a passive beta. Who wrote this? What the fuck? You unironically wrote passive beta. Unironically. Anyway, we're going. We're going. Alright, so Jones is a passive beta. Didn't say anything when confronted directly. But Newbie freaked the fuck out. Said some shit I don't even remember about us being elitists. Anti-feminist. And she left. Elitist anti-feminist. Good God. Misogynist, you mean? Got you. Jones followed her. We lolled and just pugged a healer. It sounds like you are elitist douchebags. I've got to be honest. It does. I think he might be right. I think she might be right too. I don't know. Were you with me, chat? Are you with me? I'm pretty sure you actually are. We openly needed a few more range DPS as well. And we had an openly gay hunter called Hansons. What's that matter? Oh, he was flamboyant. I see. He's flamboyant. And he joined us under the condition we didn't ask him to change realms to join us permanently. And his mother could join as well. Alright, who's being the mother? I'm throwing Zero Slayer in. And his mother, Zero Slayer, could join too. These are some strict rules for a hunter. Jesus fucking Christ. My God. Zero Slayer was a warrior tank. and was pretty smug in general, but okay. As Highmall came, Hanson's decided he liked us enough to now change his mind, and he transferred all 10 of his characters over to our server, which was, and I'll admit it now, Mike, a dead server, including his mom's characters as well, so we could all prepare for Highmall. During this time, our guild had met, Jesus Christ, another mother. This is why there's so many names in this. All right, Sonorous, another mother, who was Newbie's mother. Jesus fucking Christ, the amount of... This guild is the worst! Why is anyone in this guild? This guild is the fucking worst guild to ever exist. Ever. Sonorous, who had offered to also heal for us. We were forewarned that she wasn't very good, but we had no choice. Being a Mistweaver monk, we now had three healers, including her, Athena, and someone else. Someone else. And someone else. I don't fucking care. So we had a Mistweaver monk, a druid, and paladin team. We thought it was going to be great. 2 tank healers, 1 raid healer. As you can imagine, it didn't go well. And we entered Highmall, and we died a lot. Our first wall being Bracken Spore, of course. Our DPS just couldn't use flamethrowers. We watched videos, we read guides, we did everything. But they just couldn't use the flamethrowers. We eventually did kill it. When we improvised the strategy of forcing our hunters and me switching to a re-rolled hunter to do the flamethrowers. You managed to re-roll in the time that the other guys still couldn't use the flamethrower. You managed to recap a character and get it there. Fucking hell. On our downing of him, we pushed him to 3% and we thought all was lost as everyone was dying. When our Death Knight tank, who had re-rolled as well, our hero, Jones, decided to enter some altered state of Mythic Raider godliness and actually soloed Brackenspore from 3% to dead while standing in the green shit and facing them head on. Fucking Mythic Raiders. Can we give a round of applause to all our Mythic Raiders out there? Just out there, just doing fucking work, boys. Just doing work, just carrying. Just carrying. A round of applause for all the Mythic Raiders out there. Just carrying these teams from start to finish. Well done. Well done. Screams of excitement ran out through our Discord and we swore Jones into the Hall of Fame as the best tank we had ever known. Blood DK, Mr. Pandaria. Okay, mate. He went on to be the only successful Mythic Raider besides myself in current day. We went all the way to Kara and we failed horribly. We just didn't have the DPS to kill him. We couldn't get him down. We couldn't do the shield. We hit in rage. We couldn't heal enough. And our guild started to fall apart. Started with Hanson, our hunter. We asked him to sit because of his DPS and his inability to stand in orbs. Furious, he called us all homophobes. Jesus Christ. You're not doing the mechanics. Wow. Because I'm gay, I'm the one who has to stand in the balls. That's what you're saying? That's what you're saying. Because the gay guy has to stand in the balls. Now I'm the guy. Right, fine. Fine. Fine if it's going to be that fucking way. It's going to be that fucking way. Fine. Fine. God damn it. And told us he was going to go on. And as his last final message to the guild, he called us homophobes and then informed us he was going to go on and be the best hunter on the server. He then called his mother, Sonorous, to clean out the guild bank as she had become our official guild banker. And she did. She took everything. But to be fair, it was mostly shit that Sonoros had farmed herself because no one could be asked farming for the bank. I still to this day don't know how the fuck she managed to put 6 full tabs of useful goods into that bank, as well as thousands of gold, but she did. Seeing this, we were discouraged. A lot of people became unhappy with my leadership and how I handled things. How dare you, they would say. We should take everybody. That's the purpose of our... What were they called? Casual, semi-hardcore? Was that right? It's something else. It's like 4 words, isn't it? The fuck were they called? Semi-casual hardcore guild. Semi-hardcore casual guild. Right, if any of you forgot, that's what they are. This guild is just awful. Can you imagine being in these raids? Can you fucking imagine being in this raid? You just be like, oh my god, how the fuck did I end up here? How dare you, they would say. We should be taking everybody, some said. Others laughed and said, fuck it. He was a shit hunter anyway. Now, Preacher, I have to admit, I'm sort of a bantsy guy. I'm a bantsy guy. I don't know if what you mean is the same as what I mean, but we'll find out. And I tend to lean on the side of being a dick. Are you sure you're not just a bit of a dick? That's not bants. There's a very, very clear line. I am, as many people have called me, an arsehole. Okay. In fact, he made it abundantly clear for you. Let me just read this sentence to you. Now, Preach, I have to admit, I'm sort of a bantsy guy, and I sway on the side of dickery. I am, as many people have called me, an arsehole. Okay, I'm glad you really cleared it up for us. We definitely got to the mark. I have a strong voice. What does that mean? Strong opinions. And I'm very upfront. I'm also passive-aggressive. I passive-aggressively joke about things I know discomfort people, and to this day I still do this. And your chat can and will judge me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, big time. Yeah, that's definitely happening right now. 100%. But I'm just a dick. You seem awfully proud of that. Huh. Bizarrely proud. Bizarrely proud of this. People slowly started to get tired of me telling people they were shit. And well, sucking and not clearing stuff, and we shriveled down to just 10 players total. Then, a night came, where we were all bored. Athena had just finished telling us she couldn't raid that night because she had to go to work. Me being a dick and knowing relatively where she lived, and MJ filling me in with the street she lived on, as well as the places near her, I figured out where she was working on Google Maps. I asked her if this is the correct store. After a long pause, she said, don't do anything fucking stupid while I'm working. So, I read out the phone number to her, pretended to call up the store as her boyfriend, with her on Discord, and told them she was sick and couldn't make it to work tonight. Haha, good joke. She was furious at first, but then she was kind of relieved because she no longer had to go to work that night. It's just a prank. You think that's funny. You think that's funny. I just read the next line. MJ and I were both giggling because we both knew I hadn't actually called. But she was convinced. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I will tell you. Did we tell her on time for her to go to work? No. We didn't say a thing. As she and everyone else had prepared for raid, we sat there waiting to pull. We heard her phone go off. She answered the phone, and the call went something like, hello? My boyfriend called you, didn't he? No? Okay, fine. I'm coming in right now. This is good, right? Bantsy. Yeah, bantsy is the word. I'm bantsy. I'm bantsy. She hung up, called me a complete arsehole, and went to work. We didn't want to replace her that night, so we just cancelled the raid. So, let's just clarify what just happened. You got someone in trouble with work using a fake phone call. You still gathered the other 9 people to the raid knowing that she was going to be called and have to leave and go to work, but you still wasted the 9 other people's time to then cancel the raid anyway. So in total, you wasted every single person's time and got somebody in trouble with work. Bancy is what you're going with. You're going with the word Bancy. Interesting. Our other tank called us all fucking idiots and left the guild. Yes. Wait, what happened? You did what? And what? Round of applause. Round of applause for that tank. Everyone else laughed and went on to go and do other things. A couple of days later, though, it was raid night and we pugged the tank. Athena was back and wasn't even mad. But slowly, out of nowhere, I forget the name of this mother. I think it's Newbie's mother. Became worse and worse at playing. Me being an asshole, which we've definitely gone down that road now. This story is like 5-6 pages long. And by page 5, you're just a flat-out asshole. All right, good. Me being an asshole and noticing that she was playing worse would call her out. She claimed it was because of her weapon. Her weapon was bad. So that night, we bought her some very expensive equipment and said, okay, there you go. Now, would you guess what? Next raid night, she was still terrible. Got her. I asked her to sit because her numbers were just under our DK tank for healing. She became angry. She said I had become a pure dick, that everyone in the guild loved her. Her healing was amazing, in her words, and told me she was going to cast a spell on me and my family with her Wiccan powers, and I should pray. Got him. There's a lot of Wiccans about. We've had like multiple stories of the Wiccans casting stories. Casting spells on people. I remember a story of some Wiccan mother casting a spell on was it a boyfriend? Because he left her daughter. Do you remember that? She left the raid and logged off. Because we were down a healer, we had to call it that night. What? What? No. No. Your guild... What are your decisions? You benched a healer knowing you couldn't raid without the healer. Why are you so bad at leading? Why are you so unbelievably terrible at leading a guild? You're like benching tanks. Now we can't raid. But you, what, is it a power play? But I still benched her, right? I still benched her, which means I'm alpha as fuck. No one can raid anymore. But look at me. I'm the king. What are you doing? What are you doing? But it was the next day when it all happened. It was the next day. Newbie had just logged off to go to work for a shift. And her mother had just got on. Jones, MJ, and the rest of the team were all in chat. So with all the officers there, we decided to let mother know. Because of her leaving the raid, she was and casting a spell, she was not allowed to raid with us anymore. Look. It's twofold. One, you left the raid after I said I was going to bench you, which meant you weren't allowed to raid, but you left the raid. The second thing is you casting spells on people. We can't have that. That can't be allowed. She freaked out. She called her daughter to ask if this was true, and she agreed. She stayed silent. I said yes for her. The mother raged and said she was done and would never play WoW again and was leaving. Eventually, Newbie succumbed to the fact that we had brutally kicked her mom out of the guild. That's brutal. Everything you think you do is so epic. You think you're in a real-life Rambo movie or some shit, don't you? It was brutal, man. You're not allowed to raid with us anymore. Fucking brutal, dude. Brutal. Fuck you. Ruthlessly demoted. You eat a Snickers and you're like, fuck, man. It was like explosions and shit coming out of that Snickers. It was fucking unreal. It was unreal. You should have seen it, dude. You should have fucking seen it, man. And then a ninja came out of it. It was unfucking believable. Okay. Brutally kicked her mother out of the guild. I logged off but stayed in the guild. The next day, I logged on to see that Sonoros and our other tanks scouted out about 3 of our players. Oh no, they're all leaving you behind! Oh, it's come full circle. They're making their own guild without just you. And we were down to a 7-man roster. I decided I was done. I'm done with this bullshit. I'm done. As Athena left for another shift. I brought MJ to the Discord channel. I told him I'm done. I'm done. Everyone's an arsehole. And I emptied the metaphorical spider webs and dust out of the guild bank and began kicking people one by one. People started logging on. And as Newbie logged in, she saw everybody being kicked. She said, "What's going on?" And I said, "I'm kicking everyone because you're all bitches." And I removed her from the guild too. I kicked every single person, transferred the guild to an alt, took all the money, and quit the game. Brutal. Brutal. I bet it was brutal. Oh my god. Hark came back about 4 hours later. To this day, we still laugh at this quote. I was gone for 4 hours. What the fuck happened? Jonesy and MJ and I still all play games together to this day and are on a different faction of the same server of Classic WoW. Newbie went on to have a very ugly baby? Why? What is wrong with you? That we make fun of constantly? Why? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Gee, I'm blocking your email after this. Don't ever contact me, terrible bastard. I don't know shit about anyone else, and I couldn't give a shit. Thank you, Preach, for reading my story if you did, showing our drama time. Love your channel. Please don't. Just go away. Please don't. Love your content and chat, even though you probably hate my toxic ass. Correct. Correct. By the way, girls suck and kill WoW. Are you 12? How old are you? What about this has anything to do with girls? You mental bastard. What about this has anything to do with girls? This is the last line. I'm zooming in on it. Right, I'm going to remove one of the names for the replacement name. You have to read this. It's so bad. Okay. You ready? Let me zoom in. I need it on one line only. I can do this. Okay. There we go. Alright, this is the finale of the story and the finale of drama for this weekend. Are you ready? By the way, girls suck and kill all WoW. Don't let them in your guild. And MJ never got nudes. He's a cook. Got him. Got him. Fucking got him. Yeah. Nailed it. That's a yikes. That is a big time yikes. That is a big time yikes. Now then, moving on from the Vulpera and the thing that we shan't mention, because I've talked about it enough. The keen amongst you will notice below that we still have the title of the final drama time story that we had last week, which angered many of you, including myself, as author came across as being quite the large penis. Quite the large penis. In fact, all of you judged him unworthy. Or basically you said he was an asshole. Which is what you did. Now, our witness wishes to change his testimony. He feels he has been unfairly judged. He feels as if he's been mistreated. And he feels desperately that he can right his wrongs. Guilty! I do need you to don your wigs and get your gavels, as our witness does wish to change his statement. He is sitting down in the court of opinion, which is a very dangerous place to be sat. He is sat in the court of opinion, which is you lot, and he wishes to right his wrongs. Yes, he does. He feels that maybe he went for some bants, and it just didn't land. Order in the court! Order in the court! I can't even spell the 4-letter word. That's how hot I am. I'm putting it down to the heat. Not my giant sausage fingers on this little tiny keyboard. There we go. There we go. Okay. How girls kill WoW. The follow-up. Brackets, not trolling. Alright, so we've had it from the beginning. He's not trolling. Preacher, I fucked up. Give me a chance to prove I am not a scumbag mate. Now, I almost 100% guarantee our author is watching right now. So I would let's move through his testimony. Let's move through his testimony and see what a lot of guilty charts already. Good luck, my dude. I wish you the best. We begin. I think I left out too much of my story for you in the chat last week, and it led to some pretty brutal responses. That's you. You were the brutal ones. I am always a gentleman. Always a gentleman. You guys were brutal. First of all, I am not an edgy 12-year-old. I am actually a pretty normal 25-year-old male in the USA. Guilty. Guilty. Also, I left out most of the parts where the other members were being just as much of a dick as me, to me, as I was to them. As I stated early on in the story that I should have separated it into multiple dramas because it was just too much to write all at once. Okay, so part of the defense here, let's be clear, the defense is he only wrote the things that made him look bad. Now, true or not, that's not a wise decision. True or not, that is not a wise decision. Okay. True or not, that's not a wise decision. But we'll go with it. We'll go with it. It's the defense. After speaking with my friends, they told me I wrote myself out as an arsehat. Okay, the friends agreed. Bummer. Went to the friends for justice, for solidarity, for union, and the friends went, no. No, you really came across as a douche. But I'm actually just a minor asshole. A minor asshole. And sometimes over-exaggerate a little bit to get a good story across. Alright. Either way, reading chat's comments, it's you again. It made me laugh about how much of a dick I was back then. I've calmed down a lot since then. Hey, so have I. And would like to fill in some missing blank spots in my story and then ask you if you would allow me to still view your content. I'm pretty sure I did say stop watching my channel. I pretty did. Without you thinking I'm a total dick of a dude. Hey, that's up to the chat to decide. That's not on me, alright? I'm the executioner, alright? I'm the executioner. These guys right here, this wonderful live audience right here, they are the jury. Those are the ones you've got to convince. As I was disappointed, you asked me to never watch you again. Okay, we're going to break it down a little bit here. The Flamboyant Hunter. I'm probably going to get some of these names wrong, but I think it was Hanson's. He was actually one of our worst DPSs, sometimes under the tanks. After talks with him in party chat, as well as sending him guides and personally trying to help him, he spread rumors I was a homophobe. That was in the story, I remember. And just wanted him out of the guild. It was a long time coming, and he was actually mental. That was part of the original story, is he left and called everyone a homophobe. We didn't have the rumors bit, but still, okay. The healing paladin, whose baby I called ugly. Okay, this has got to be good to bring it back in from this one. You did call her baby ugly. All right? So I'm sure this is going to redeem that. All right, this is going to redeem that. But it was ugly, TBH. Okay, I think this was maybe Athena. Let's go with Athena. Athena was supposed to be the main part of the story. She is one of the main reasons our guild fell apart, being that she was kind of flirting herself out to people, complaining about gear, asking for officers, and wanting to kick people from every raid and leaving us randomly to go raid with other guilds and coming to us with a lockout. She even tried to come and flirt with me after her and someone else had a spat just to make him jealous. And she dished out as much dickery to me as I have to her. I didn't just bring up her FB to call her baby... Oh, her Facebook. Okay. I didn't just bring up her Facebook to call her baby ugly, although maybe that is too far. But we still get a laugh because she was a bitch. You're not doing well here. I'm not going to lie. It's not going well. It's not going well. Yeah. A touch too far might be an understatement a little bit. People can be a dick in World of Warcraft. Tend not to take that to IRL or to their children. Maybe I'm biased because I have kids. Maybe. Maybe. I don't think so, though. Oh, the title, though, that Girls Kill World of Warcraft, was supposed to be a funny nod to the fact your community... Oh, you're blaming me. Oh, I see. I see. Oh, well, actually, he's blaming you guys. This one's on you. The title of that story is completely on you. It's a funny nod at the fact your community says that a lot. Do you? Is this all your fault? Infallible? Chat says they're infallible, so I don't know if you're going to get that one. I don't know. I was trying to be ironic, but it didn't turn out that way. Also, I think you missed a lot of my sarcasm in the story. Oh, so it is my fault. I see. But hey, oh yeah, the calling her off of work and not telling her thing was a dick move, and it totally happened, and I own up to that. Yeah, so for those of you who were here last week, he pretended to call one of his raiders work and get her out of work without her asking him to do that so that she could raid, which wasn't true. So she instantly got in trouble as soon as she was supposed to be at work. That's my fault. That's my fault that happened. I don't know. But, either way, those are his defenses. Those are the 3 defenses he's putting forward. This is my redemption story after all, and he will now attempt to make us feel sympathy for him. So bear in mind how you feel right now and how you felt last week. Here's my redemption story. Starting off my adventure and how I'm totally shit at World of Warcraft. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this goes. Let's see if we can claim some redemption for our man here. I kind of want to keep the names kind of the same in justification to this. Guilty still. Where are you at right now, chat? Are we guilty still, or have we got some redemption? Guilty, guilty. Okay, I'm going to keep the names the same. I think they do change the character, but we'll keep the names the same. All right, not looking good so far. I've got to be honest, not looking good so far. Personally, I welcome you back with open arms. I don't burn bridges. Mainly to annoy those guys. All right, what do we have? We have a best friend. Let's go with newbie. A girl we met in League of Legends. That could be Athena. My best friend's brother. Could be Hark. Hark and newbie's friend. Not mine, though, mate. No fucking way. Okay, so I feel like this character is going to get the blame for most of this story. That'll be Novice. My IRL girlfriend, who can be Hanson's, sure. And my second girlfriend, who can be MJ. Sorry, Jones, I don't think you get in. Nobody's innocent. All right, I think those are our characters here on the redemption story. The redemption of our author. Here we go. It all started way back in the Burning Crusade. I had just gotten up from the night before playing a big 12-hour session, mate, EverQuest, with my dad the night before on my would-never-be-capped Necromancer. When I turned on the television, boom, World of Warcraft, the Burning Crusade. I instantly thought, wow, goat people and sexy elves. Gotta have it. So I got the trial. I downloaded it. And unlike everyone else, that shit ran smooth as silk because my dad was a fucking video game champ. He had a sweet PC. Nice. And he did everything in the world for me, including spending what little pennies he had on a computer. Side note, one time, though, I cried because I couldn't figure out how to turn... This is the sympathy. Are you going to feel some sympathy now? Here we go. One time I cried because I couldn't figure out how to turn the flat screen TV on when I first got the computer and had to wait for what felt like forever for him to show me the button under the hidden at the top of the monitor. And not on the front like every other brick I had played before. Ah, to be fair, he did get outplayed by a monitor. If only your finger went round all the edges. Imagine what a world we would live in if your finger could touch like all the edges to check. That'd be crazy. Although I'll be totally honest with you, I was baffled for fucking ages trying to turn a PlayStation 4 on. It completely blew my dick away. I had no fucking idea how to turn a PlayStation 4 on. I was like smacking it. I was like, does it just know that it's supposed to come on? So I logged in. Made the only choice of an undead mage because why play everything else? And I proceeded to die a lot. Eventually I decided no way was mage for me because they die all the time. I made myself Night Elf Hunter because I saw one out in the open world who wasn't dying. Boom. I got that bad boy all the way to 40 and then it happened. It happened. I was sitting in Darnassus begging for some cash. Oh my god, you're a fucking gold beggar as well. What are you doing to your reputation? Amongst your friends. Your friends watch the show. Your friends are probably here right now. They know who you are. What the fuck are you doing to your reputation? Now you're a gold beggar? You're a gold beggar. On top of the ugly baby thing, you're a gold beggar. Dude's rep can't get lower. Okay. Someone actually responded and ran up to me. Do you need gold? I said, yes. Yes, I do. And he said he would transfer he would transfer 1,000 G to my account. All I had to do was share my account info. If you fell for this, you are literally just like, you're not a normal 25-year-old. I know you were younger during this part of the story, but honestly, god damn. God damn. Now, I know what you're thinking, chat. He got me and he did, but not like that. Okay. I told him to piss off. I knew this was scamaz. And he replied, no, it's true. Check this link on my website. What a double down by the beggar. I like it. By the hacker. No. It's totally true. Check this website. I'm legit. It was a keylogger. And boom. Shortly after, my account was gone forever. I was too ashamed to tell my dad. Why did you go to the website? This guy's a scammer. Better check his website. Oh, might be legit, boys. Might be legit. I was too ashamed to tell my dad, so I simply stole his credit card details and bought another copy of the game. Absolute genius. Absolute genius. Coming home from school one day, the house had been turned upside down and my computer had been unplugged and packed away. He had eventually worked it out that it was me, and I admitted to what I had done. He simply replied, let's see how Dad handles this one, maybe I can get some tips. He simply replied, I can just get your account back. That is how I would have said. What the fuck? I could just get your account back. Once I got it back, I made it all the way to level 70. With the expansion I had never before, and my flying mount. What a badass my dad was. Rip. F's with you, sir. I'm in the same boat. Chapter 2, though. Here we go. I had met Newbie a long time ago at school, and we became close friends. I showed him World of Warcraft, and he was hooked. We would play every night, but at about 6 p.m., he would have to get off and let his brother on. I fucking hated his brother. Why? Hark. I fucking hated his brother. Hark. Not because he was younger or an uncool guy, but because he would just only play for 3 hours, and all he would do when he was playing was fish. 3 straight hours sitting in Orgrimmar, fishing. Not even getting skill ups, just fishing. The very first fish. Getting as many stacks as he could, then post them on the auction house for random amounts of money. Sometimes for less value than just selling them to the vendor. I like Hark. He just wants to take the PC off his brother. Fucking hates World of Warcraft. Can't fucking stand World of Warcraft. Just fucks about for 3 hours so his brother can't play. I like it. Newbie and I were into PvP. Of course you were. And slowly over time, we got him leveled up again as a hunter as well. Bam! What's all these bams about? Like you're in some college frat. Bam! It was time to go raid Darkshore. Bam! On our newly leveled hunters. So off we went, putting snake traps down everywhere and letting the guards proc them in Darkshore because then they would attack players, even if they weren't flagged, and would kill all the noobs. Bam! We did this every day, running from Alliance toons who would land to defend Darkshore and laughing about our daring escape. But friends slowly over time. Newbie quit WoW. Moved away, taking Hark with him. I never saw them play. Or fish, again, for quite some time. But high school. High school brought synergy. It brought us all together. Because we were bound by a new mistress. League of Legends. This game turned me into a toxic nightmare. You're blaming League of Legends. I can get on board with that. Ladies and gentlemen, we might actually have a legitimate sympathy card. He's played League of Legends. I think this might be the answer to a lot of our questions. Oh, Maorum says no. I just threw up in my mouth. He has played League of Legends. Yeah, still guilty. Okay. It made me into a toxic nightmare and I actually quit because I didn't like what League of Legends was doing to me. I can't play. It's turning me bad. But not before I met Athena. An actual IRL girl gamer. Can you imagine? She had joined our group of friends for a short time, and slowly she became attached to me in World of Warcraft as I referred her to play with me. And we would spend so much time together. At the time, I was dating another girl, Hanson's. And we had been together for about 6 months. My mother passed away randomly during this time, and I had begun smoking the pot. You've actually called it the pot. Smoking the pot to deal with depression. One morning, getting up extremely early, my friends and I went out to smoke some of the green bud. If there are 8 million different descriptions of weed in here, I'm now picturing you as that frat guy from Transformers who can't find a tighter shirt. That's what I'm picturing. That's what I'm picturing. And as I would later find out, I'm allergic to weed. Oh my god. The sweet Mary Jane. The Reaper. Oh. I had actually passed out while driving and wrecked my mother's car she had passed down to me, injuring 2 of my friends. And technically died. And it's hard to read this stuff, honestly. It came out of nowhere. I didn't pre-read this one. Okay. I don't know if this gets worse. We'll see. Okay. It's unclear if I died from hitting the other car or because of the weed. But, no, it's coming back. Hanson's had her CPR game on point, and when the medics got to take over, I was stable enough to go to the hospital. All right. Once there, I had been there. CPR game. And everybody got their CPR. Bam! Has everyone got their CPR game on point? You want to double check that. You want to double check your CPR games on point. Okay. Once there, I'd been there for a few weeks, then sent home with a wag on the finger, a hefty bill for the car, we hit a neighbour's car, and a loss of my own car, and other things. This all went to my dad as I was underage, and he said, no way, fuck it, not paying that bill. I never paid the debt. Ever since this happened, I have had seizures and panic attacks. Because you smoked weed a few times? Maybe. Anyway, back to Hanson's. Slowly over time, Hanson's and I had spent a lot more time together. Oh, not Hanson's, actually. The League of Legends player. Who's that? Athena. Athena and I had spent a lot more time together. And Hanson's and I had not, as I was told to rest for a few weeks, and of course that meant I sat in bed playing video games. We're breaking out the abusive girlfriend. You might ask, why am I laughing? This feels incredibly try-hard to gain redemption with my chat. It feels that way. Let's see where we go. Hanson's was abusive at best, calling me and messaging me and telling me I was cheating while I was lying in bed, and accusing me of spreading rumors she was pregnant at school while you're not in school. I said, fuck that, when I got to school every day and came home early every day as well. And eventually, Hanson's and I hit it off enough to where we were on... not Hanson's, sorry, my mistake. Athena and I hit it off enough to where we were on Skype every day. And ending the nights with some special activities. BAM! And falling asleep on Skype together until the next day. Slowly over time, I started to hate Hanson's. And her shenanigans. Shenanigans? You're calling it shenanigans? But didn't want... She says I'm pregnant. Shenanigans. But didn't want to end it because she was great in bed, of course. Being 16 at the time, Skype just wasn't cutting it. So cue MJ, a girl I had known since 4th grade. She found me on the good book. We got to texting, and when we got to having the relationship, I cut off both Hansons and Athena. Why Athena? Why did Athena get the kick? That's not nice. I cut them both off. Pied them both for MJ. Letting them both know the truth about my secret double relationship with them both. Everything still sounds so epic. Bam! Bam. You're not undercover for the government. You're not. You're having Skype sex with some chick. You're not James Bond. Okay. But, oh no. Oh no. And later that very same year, MJ cheated on me at a party in a 3-way. I was crushed. I'm crushed too. Bam! I was crushed. And when I returned to my gaming world to sulk in my own karma, it was Athena who messaged me. She said she still loved me and we could continue going on with our Skype. So we did. But instead of every night, it was every other night to keep keep a distance. Then one night a week, she stopped logging into WoW altogether. I was stunned. I was stunned when I found... Oh, you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it, chat, honestly. You know the girl he's been jacking off with on Skype? It's only Newbie's friend Novice. He's been doing the same fucking thing with her for months. Motherfucker. That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Are you telling me the girl you've never met wasn't faithful? That's outrageous. That's outrageous. Bam! Bam! That's fine, I thought. So I asked her if she wanted to end it, and she said, yeah, okay. Over the next few weeks, Novice decided to troll me when we played League of Legends together, whispering saying he had my girl. Shit like that. This is like such a neckbeard thing. I actually didn't care until he started sending me things that I told her in private. Oh no! She had shared with him, and I blew up on her. Mad as fuck! I denounced them! I denounce you! As my friends. And I quit League of Legends literally forever. Girlfriendless. Friendless. And at this point, just outright mad. I did the only thing I could think of. Spent the rest of the night on Pornhub. I've got a lot more stories that are as trolling, show me my true undickish nature, and a lot of stories where I made bad decisions. I really like if you showed the chat this story, and I ask for forgiveness. If not, I get it. I mean, do you want me to pass down sentence? I don't think it did the job. I'll be honest, even if it was true, which it could be true, it felt very, very try hard for forgiveness. I think you threw every card you had at the table. You literally came in strong with 5 jacks. And there ain't no 5 jacks. And these guys right here just don't buy into 5 jacks. They don't buy into it. They don't buy into it. But once again, as the rain pours down here in the UK, it is Friday. Friday has finally arrived. We can put our feet up, we can relax. Not for me though, because I'm preparing for BlizzCon. Gotta be strong, boys. Gotta be strong, gotta be tough, gotta be hard, because we're gonna be going hard at BlizzCon, seeing all your wonderful faces, as many of you as we possibly can, as Ian will take that stage and show us the light. He will show us the road. Right? That's what's gonna happen. That's what's going to happen. He's going to show us that road. We're going to walk down it. We're going to be happy boys. He's going to go, oh my God, you guys really like some of this RPG shit. So we're going to put that into the World of Warcraft. We're going to put that into the MMORPG game. It's going to be legit, man. It's going to be legit. I put out a big drama last week. It was a culmination of a few dramas that hadn't had a spot to go up on the YouTubes. And from that, I have been inundated. I have been inundated with your classic WoW tales of woe and misery, as well as some retail stories. In fact, my inbox was tremendous. Absolutely awesome. So thank you to everybody who has sent them in. It is drama@preachgaming.com for those of you who don't see that in the description. I should have it pop up on the screen realistically, but, you know, shit at my job. Unfortunate. But it's so glad to see you here, because I need to know, for my wonderful live audience right there, how many of you are playing or have tried to play a warrior in Classic? How many of you have like attempted the nightmare that it is that you didn't just go, I'm going to be a mage and hit the I win button? Super hardcore, super easy. I got big bullied. Oh, many of you. Okay. I've got to say, I am currently 56, I think, about to hit 56 on my warrior. And, yeah. The, undergeared, killing those big enemies. It's one mob at a time, sometimes two, if we feel big. Right, I haven't got the names for this one here. All right, so for those of you, that wonderful little spurt of people there who just demonstrated the power of the warrior in our chat right now. Here's the thing, right? Let me just break it down for you real easy. This is a story about a guy who got bullied. All right, that's Bible thump territory, right? Big Fs. We don't condone bullying in any way. However, I will point this out, and I'm pretty sure our author knows this as well, is that I don't think sharing this story and reading the chat is going to make you feel any better. I'm pretty sure you're about to get hyper-bullied. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case. In fact, I want to bully you. I do. I can't help it, but even I want to bully you right now. Even I want to bully you right now. All right, here we go. Toxic, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. But you'll see why. Hollow Preach from Team Stryer. Good day, mate. I'm writing to you because I have been the subject of the most bizarre bullying in classic World of Warcraft. I'm playing a level 39 Tauren warrior, and yet no matter where I go, my mighty strongman is being treated worse than a gnome as I traverse this wonderful online land of my youth. Whether I'm waiting for a Zeppelin, waiting for mobs to respawn, waiting inside a dungeon, waiting for my ore to smelt, no matter who they are, they walk up to me, they look at my character, and they utter the 6 same words that have begun the crushing of my soul. Why didn't you pick the axe? You fucking noob, man. You fucking noob. They don't even need to be a warrior to know you fucked up. You fucked up so hard, dude. Oh my god. Bully this man. Point and laugh. Point and laugh. Imagine the fucking shame of it. You can't change it. You've committed to the cause, yet everyone can see it. And you're a Tauren, so it really stands out. Everyone can tell from a distance. Idiots. There. Seen him over there. Fucking idiot. Look at him. Let's go talk to him. What a fucking moron. First, you see, like most warriors at level 30, I collected the life fruit. I slaughtered 1,000,000 trolls, and I went to the auction house to buy elemental crest. Pleb. What do you mean you didn't have a stream full of people to help you? Noob. I took them to the Alterac Mountains. I gave them all to the wise shaman, and he summoned the mighty Cyclonian. When he fell at my feet, or rather at the level 40 who was hanging around, charging people. That's genius, by the way. That's genius, by the way. Just camping the Cyclonian spawn. 5 gold. 5 gold, and it's well, I would say the axe is all yours, but the weapon, we'll go with that. The weapon's all yours. Just hanging out, just killing shit. I carried his elemental heart back and was presented with 3 beautiful options: the whirlwind mace, the whirlwind sword, and the whirlwind axe. I was amazed. Warriors had carried on about this axe so much that I thought the axe was the only option. But 3 different weapon types? Good God. Well, I had to do some maths. It is. It is the only choice. Does anyone know why, though? You're all on board. You all know of the Whirlwind Axe. The Whirlwind Axe is legendary. But does anybody know why? Does anybody know why? Huh? Does anybody... Oh, we did drop some frames there. Hopefully it's fine. We've had some internet issues this week. So hopefully it should be fine now. Everything looks good. It's all green again my end. But I apologize for that. There's been some errors my end. The weapon speed. Yes, the weapon speed doth matter in World of Warcraft Classic. Yes, it does. It's normalized now. Which means who fucking cares? Equip the thing. It don't matter. All right. Okay. All 3 of these weapons had the same stats. 15 strength, 14 stamina. All of them had relatively similar DPS. Within 35.5 to 35.7. But you know what really bothered me? It was the axe and the mace. They were so slow. We are having some internet issues. Please fix. Everything's closed my end. Yes. I even logged out of WoW. Let me just double check this. There is nothing open on my machine, and there's literally no one else in the house. So, let me just check it's not the stream PC itself. Steam's open on the stream PC, but it's a Smurf account. Hopefully it's fine. Hopefully it's fine. I might need a new router. We've had kind of issues all week, so I apologize for that. I apologize. Okay. It was the axe and the mace, you see. They were so slow. I was looking at them in 3.5 seconds for each swing. Feels like forever. But the sword, though. That sword. 2.9 speed. So many extra swings. Quicker rage. More abilities. More opportunities to crit. If a mob takes... Let's do the math on this. Let's do the math on it, you see. It's making me sick just hearing it. No. There's math backing this up. If a mob takes 10 swings to die, I'd kill it 6 seconds quicker. That's science. That's fucking science. I mean, think about it for a second. I snapped up that sword with glee and immediately charged a nearby turtle to feel this new power. Only to spend the next 10 minutes, of course, missing while I leveled up the weapon skill for my sword. But then I was ready. I was powerful. I was killing current level mobs with ease. The next few levels went by in a glorious daze of triple-digit crits and a lack of bandage time. I returned to Orgrimmar for new skills and a fresh wave of smelting, and it began. The sad truth is, it was a guildie first. He walked up to me at the mailbox. Why did you pick that axe? Why didn't you pick the axe? Smugly, with my big brain on my shoulders, I said to him, the swing timer on this one is way faster. Now, he didn't know. He didn't know. He had seen all other warriors sporting the axe, and he was just simply curious. But then it happened again. I was eating a sandwich at my PC, turkey and ham, of course, as my ore smelted. A 60 druid this time. Lol, sword, question mark. Lol. I thought, what the fuck is this? What's going on? I responded, yeah. And now I started treating people who were asking me about this as idiots. They were the idiots. Yeah, it's faster, equals more rage. Hello? Question mark. I responded. And he never replied to me. I felt justified. I felt like actually the people around me sporting the Whirlwind Axe, they were the idiots. They had just bought into the meme of streamers and YouTubers and hadn't really looked at the stats that were on the weapons. I felt clever. I felt smart. But it didn't end. It didn't end, Preach. I walked to the Zeppelin Tower, and while the crowd gathered, 2 more random people were questioning my choice of weapon. And I trigger. I began vomiting my mathematics to them. To which they eventually retorted with an unconvinced, sure, bro. So gamer. Sure, bro. 7 more long levels of this. Everywhere I stop, every dungeon I do, someone mentions the fucking blade on my back. Their tone ranging from anywhere between vague condescension, I can't read today, to complete questioning of my worth as a man. It's gotten so bad that I've started playing later into the night when there's less people around. Grinding in zones where people don't like to go. As I type this to you, my poor Tauren is hiding in a bush in Swamp of Sorrows, recovering from his latest assault. It's 11 PM. I'm innocently killing mobs in the Swamp of Sorrows. And what prompted me to write this story? A gnome warrior approaches, level 41. He doesn't charge or take a swing. He stands in front of me, unsheaths his whirlwind axe, /point/laughs, and then walks away from me. You know what? Fuck the whirlwind axe, and fuck all the bullies in this game. And he finished off with an unhappy face. You deserve it, you fucking animal. You deserve it. Your lack of knowledge got you here. Your lack of trust. You could have come and said hi. You're obviously aware of the show. You're aware of the stream. Look, you could have just come here and asked, Preacher, what's with this axe? Why? Why the axe? And I would have explained it to you. I would have explained the math behind it. I would have explained all these things, and you could have spared yourself the shame. Hiding in the Swamp of Sorrows like a fucking animal. You make me so sad. You make me so, so sad. Right. Let's bullshit a GM and see how that pays off. I think that sounds smart. Doesn't it? Doesn't that sound smart? Let's pick our hero for this one, and we'll have Bornheim. Bornheim? Yeah. Explain the math. Explain the math. Look, you're playing a warrior, paladin, rep paladin. Slow. Really, really slow. Slower the better. Slower the better, because those instant casts aren't actually affected by your weapon speed. Did you know that? Hey, nothing wrong with a rep paladin. It's all good to be in 13th place. A lot of brown above me. What does it feel like for those guys who aren't playing like warriors and rogues? Because you're literally on the damage meter. It looks like you're actually visually being shit on. I mean, it visually is a representation of you being shit on, right? It must look like a diarrhea. At least I'm not a moon kid. That's a fair show. That's a fair show. All right. Today I write to you not so much as to tell a story about drama, Mikey. I want to lecture your chat. This isn't for me. This is for you lot. About something that for some of us is obvious, yet others have left to learn. All right, are you guys ready to do some learning? Yeah, L-U-R-N-I-N. Learning. Yeah, you did not do it, but one of you might do it, and that's the important thing. My story begins a few months before the release of Classic World of Warcraft. Upon hearing about Classic, plans to the battle center. Right away, how we would take time off work to level super duper fast, dedicated hours, sleeping and playing on a schedule. We were going to go fucking H-A-M. Big pork, big salt. We chose our classes wisely, for it's not duo to level quickly with such classes as Paladin or Warrior, for example. Duo. I don't know. It says duo. It's not done, I think, is what it's saying. I was going to roll a gnome warlock, and my friend, a night elf hunter. The date of release came. We had hunkered up, myself with no less than a week of supplies of frozen foods and meals prepped for the days to come, besides a mountain of candy, power bars, and energy drinks. It was time. We chose Zandalar, as both of us really enjoy lore and have good memories of messing around with common friends who enjoy RP. For example, back in the Burning Crusade, we used to be known as the realm's jokesters. Always making people's RP take weird turns in unexpected subjects, or throwing up with a gnome in a Super Mario outfit asking where the plumbing was needed in the middle of ERP. Actually sounds really funny. I even got a 3-day ban once for convincing a warlock to strap on an imaginary belt and bomb belt and run into the Cathedral of Light to blow himself up. No joke, I got banned for this as Blizzard thought I made fun of terrorism. I mean, you kind of did. So, I mean, I can certainly see where they were coming from with that one. Yeah, I mean, well, you did. You did. But the day was here. Never mind that. Let's skip over it. The day was here. We waited. The servers went live, and off we were. As everyone who was there experienced, which I did not, the start was a laggy mess, but a fun one. I didn't care about the absurd amount of people in the spawn. I was back in Classic. Having quitted World of Warcraft at the end of Wrath of the Lich King, this was like a homecoming. Something very rare happened in the gnome and dwarven spawn the very first day, and I find it worth highlighting here, as I doubt any of you guys on a non-RP realm had this experience. People began forming lines in-game for the looting of quest items. I think we saw that across many realms. I remember seeing that all over the place. I don't think it was an RP thing. I attached some screenshots, which he did, of the people in the queues. I'm sure many of you saw them. I may or may not have ignored the lines in the speed of my leveling. But time went on, and we went hard. Really fucking hard. There were only around 25 other players around our levels during our journey from 1 to 60. Both we came to know most of them very well because they had no others to do instances with. There were always the same guys all the way from Dead Mines to the end. And 6 days after release, we hit level 60. For me, this was a turning point. I was going to Thailand with my girlfriend, and I had the pressure to make it to 60 before I went so that I would not be stuck in a Zerg when I came home. The 8th of September came, and after that, I spent 21 days in Thailand before coming back home to Sui. Our holiday was great, by the way, and a much-needed rest after the near mental insanity at one time playing 48 hours straight in order to level. During my holiday, of course, I got a few old-school SMS messages from my friend, Bornheim, telling me about how he started leveling a new mage. Insanity, I thought. Here you go, just spending a week leveling a hunter, and now you're leveling again. Then a few days later, I get another message. Banned. Blizzard had banned him for 48 hours and rollbacked his mage from 42 to 31. Why? I ask. Why? Apparently he had some problems with his credit card, he tells me. And as Blizzard had tried to charge him money, he could still play, but when no money came, he got suspended. I didn't think more about it, though. I was in Thailand, enjoying myself with food and scuba diving and Muay Thai and the love of my life. Back home, though, I instantly renewed my game time. Spent the first day finishing up the Oni quest chain and getting some random blues before joining an MC pug. My Nell friend wasn't online. Where is Bornheim? But the MC reset were coming in 3 days, and Elixir in 2, so I had a focus. I had luck. I was the only warlock in the MC raid. We went only as far as Golemag, for no one had any water to squirt on those runes, but nevertheless, I got 3 pieces of fell hearts from chest, gloves, and braces. A few wipes occurred, but I didn't care. It was so fun. I got to relive 40-man old memories and got a lot of loot too. Hard to have any problems with that night. I then went on to do an Elixir raid the next day where I was among several other warlocks. It doesn't matter. The reset is coming in some hours and I have to get it done. We went with 30 man instead of 40, and after one wipe where somehow 15 people died to deep breath, we regrouped and downed an Ixia. And there it was, the Nemesis skull cap. When it came time to roll the first 2 rolls, they were low. But then another lock rolled an 87. I had held my dice until last, as this was an old maneuver that many times had given me the luck of the charm. No. 97! 90 fucking 7, and I won that skull cap. On my first 2 days back home, I had gotten 4 epics in just 2 raids. Hour after the raid ended, I went to do UBRS. I noticed Barnaheim had come online on Discord. I sent him a message asking, "What's up? Do you want to come? We're doing UBRS." I'm going to quit WoW. Blizzard had given him now a 7-day ban after that original 48-hour ban. Why? Don't know, he said. Lies! Lies! He knows. I pushed. What happened? Well, he then says he'd been in a discussion. I've been in a discussion with support at Blizzard about the rolling back of his mage. You see, when he found out his card was declining, he'd paid another month of time and he wanted the levels back. Blizzard said no. Why would that get a 7-day ban, I thought? Doesn't make sense. So I kept pushing. There must be more to this. Finally, he told me. When they said no, Barnaheim had gotten disappointed. He played the vanilla card. He's been playing World of Warcraft since the beta. Before the game was even officially released, he had spent God knows how many years of real in-game time. And Blizzard couldn't do this one little favor of 2 days, even though he had renewed his game time with another card after the first suspension. To which he thought the best solution to this problem was to call the Blizzard staff Jews. Greedy Jews. I mean, there's a wiseness there. Right? It's just what you would do, right? There it is. There it is. Okay, there it is. Yeah, smart, actually. Smart. Now, this bothers me a little bit in this story. I'm not saying he was right. No, he wasn't right. In fact, there's not like a grey area here. It's just wrong. That's it. It's not up for debate. There's no debate to be had here. We don't need a group of minds to try and figure this one out. We don't need to waste time on that. It's just a no. That's just a straight no. No. But I've known Barnaheim for so long. Isn't it always the way? I've known him forever. He's not a bad guy. And I can understand his disappointment. I blame it on the mental state of exhaustion, playing WoW hardcore. That's probably what it was. And investing so much time over the 2 weeks had just hit him breaking down. But there I was inside Ubers, seeing him logging first onto his mage, and then into his hunter, telling me he had sent his last 400 gold. Nice. His game time was running out. He was done. He's out. I now had not only 4 epics, but also a shitload of gold to get an epic mount. Yes! All within just a few days of being back. But it gave me no joy, I tell you, chat. It gave me no joy. I have been looking forward to walking down memory lanes together. Will he be back? Yeah, he's going to want that gold back too, by the way. I'm just letting you know. I'm just going to put it out there right now. He's going to come back and he's going to want some of that gold back. If not all of it. He's going to, that's what's going to happen. But thank you for reading my little story. And have a great day, everybody. Yeah, too late. What mount? What mount? I've never even heard of this gold. Send it ASAP. Just palm it off. Go, 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 go. Get rid of it. I did my part. If I spell this wrong, people are going to get pissed. I'm going to write. I think this is correct. You made it worse. Bam. Still a douche. Bam. Big bam. You guys are hard work, honestly. 1A. Oh, yeah, that was my fault. That was my fault. That was my fault. See, I thought it was AU. I did think it was AU. I've only ever had to go there once during my classic experience. I outleveled Moradon. Feels bad, dude. Feels bad. I outleveled Moradon. Right, no names in this one as of yet. We'll get to them as we go. So we'll leave them there. He upgraded. So, improvements? I don't know. I leave it to you. And if you're watching right now, I would take it. I would take it where it goes. All right, let's have some fun. Holla Preacher, you might remember me. I was the mage who wouldn't trade water without someone paying for it in the Thirsty Shaman. I think some of you might remember. Brackets, still screw that guy. Anyway, it is 2 a.m. and I have just had the worst classic experience yet. If you're charging for water, you're terrible. It starts in Fellwood. I am now level 50. Lol, noob. I out-leveled you. I wanted to get the flight path to Winterspring so I wouldn't have to run through Timbermore Hold any longer. A guildie mentioned he needed to make the run as well. So together we joined hands and ran through Timbermore Hold. Just grind the rep, dude. It takes 10 minutes to make Timbermore Hold safe. Just saying. Just saying. It takes like 10 minutes. Once we did it, he told me it's time. It's time for Moradon. I said I am ready too. We both stayed in the group and we took it to World Chat. Motherfucker. It's a dangerous place. I mean, that is the real ghetto of the game if you go into World Chat. That is yeah, it's a bad place. It's a real bad place. People use skulls now to stand out in their party shirts. In fact, the most common word in /world is reserved. Strat living. All orbs reserved. Need tank. Okay, bro. Sure, dude. We quickly got a party together for a scepter run. And the nightmare of my fucking life begins. It is now 10 p.m. I get to the dungeon first and begin, of course, crafting food and water outside the stone door for the party. Brackets, just so your chat knows, I do not charge party members for my beautiful water. What a fucking gentleman. Aren't you a fucking stellar gentleman? What a guy. There's an Alliance mage standing outside the door. No, I'm on a PvP realm. We both /wave at each other while eyeing each other up. Alright. We're both making water. No big deal, right? Wonder whose party's going to get here first. That'll be interesting, won't it? As we're doing this, the door opens. A full party of Alliance comes out. Get fucked. You guess what happens next? I die, and before I release, I see them run off. I run back to my body, and the mage is alone once again. And that entire party is gone. Whatever, shit happens, no big deal. Another minute goes by, and a party member shows up. As do the Alliance. Running out of the door again and murdering us once more as easy prey. They had 6 people with them, so I wondered why they weren't just in the instance, but it hit me. They're not here to run the instance. They're camping Moradon. Bastards. It was my theory anyway, based on what I was seeing. It's the only reason I could possibly imagine why they would stick around for 20 minutes and not actually go inside the dungeon. By the time we all make it to the dungeon entrance, our healer complains. The Alliance sucks. And leaves the party. We say, come on, everybody's here. We can start now. He says he's CBA. And leaves. I meet people like that all the time. I don't know what goes through their fucking heads. I make the guildie the group leader at his request, and he instantly invites a fresh healer. We're good. We've got no warlock, of course, and we wait for him patiently to get there. And thankfully, he's not ambushed by the Alliance. Maybe my theory was wrong, but I digress. Mora Purple is where we're going. It's going smoothly. The original plan was for us to run purple, get the Scepter Diamond, backtrack all the way through orange, get the rod, turn it into the Ghost Centaur, and then we can make it into the Scepter. As we start backtracking orange, we just decide to kill the princess. Leave, reset, run orange, kill princess again. That's 2 times as many loot. Double the swag. And get the Scepter made. Turbo win. We kill princess. Fine and easy. No biggie. And we leave. As we go to the orange entrance, our second healer DCs. It's midnight at this time. We feel bad booting a guy who did the entire run with, so we decide we're going to wait. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. We have no choice. He must be kicked. We eventually get another member from World Chat, and once again the waiting game begins. The Alliance are gone by this point, so there's nothing to worry about. In total, finding a fresh healer for a fresh run, it's 11:30 PM. We now begin orange side of Moradon. The run goes smoothly. We've got rods. We decide princess time. It had gotten late, so we weren't sure if we were going to make it a complete full run again. Since Mora is a maze and we're tired, we end up going the wrong way. After several minutes of killing trash and working our way through Moradon, we see the entrance portal right in front of us. I turn around. The group doesn't. Now here's where I feel I should explain something. Again, this is the Scepter run of Moradon. 3 out of 5 of the party need the Scepter, including myself. The other 2 have their Scepters. The whole several hours of runs, I explain over and over again what we're doing to get the Scepter. To those of you who don't know, this is what you need to do. Moradon is 3 dungeons in 1. Essentially, there are 2 entrances, one named purple and one named orange. They're named this way due to the colours. Smart. At the end of each instance, there's a convergence, where there is a centaur boss who comes back as a ghost once defeated. He is sat atop a waterfall, and once you jump down it, you can't get back up, which is why you need to run both purple and orange to get both pieces. The Scepter, once completed, will create a portal which takes your party to the bottom of the waterfall and starts the 3rd dungeon, known as the Princess Wing. So at this point, we have both pieces and just need to clear back to the end, kill the centaur boss, and claim our scepters. The party agrees. We will leave orange and take the portal to the Princess Ring. They do this after I explained in crystal fucking clarity what needs to happen several times. I tried to stop them before they take it to come back and finish the run. They all agree they'll just do it another time. And I said, there is no better time than right now. There is literally 2 packs of trash and we're done. And we can go straight to where you want to go. That's it. The response, of course, was, already took the portal, lol. Sorry, mate, just followed everybody else. Went in a portal. Everybody else said that's what they're doing, though. So that's what we're going to do. The one guy who has the scepter, who has opened the portal, I don't know what I'm doing. Somebody else help me get the scepter. I have it, though. I don't even know how I got it. I'll be totally honest with you guys. I have no fucking clue how I got this thing. All I know is I have this special stick, and when I put it on the thing, a portal appears. It's pretty fucking awesome. I wanted to ask, why the hell they don't listen to the guy who has repeatedly been telling them exactly what we need to do, but I was tired. It's now 1 AM, and all I want is a Moradon scepter. I teleported to Orgrimmar. I'd had enough. I was done. I left the group. Getting the Zulfarak mallet took way less time than this. Maybe I'm an idiot and you can't get it after jumping off the waterfall. Maybe I'm impatient. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe your chat will decide I'm an asshole for leaving them there. But I know one thing I really am. I'm fucking mad. And here's my updated character for your chat. It's going to take you months to get a UBRS key. I got it in 11 runs, man. 11 runs. That's all it took me. It only took me 11 runs to get that UBRS key, which was fucking awesome. It was absolutely awesome. Only took me 11 runs, whereas I believe on live it actually took me way, way, way less time. Okay. Let's have a quickie to finish up here before the man comes to do all my stuff. Let's do this one. Okay. All right. Many of you may wonder how this is possible. But just like Penn and Teller, I'm going to spill the beans. The best 20 silver I've ever spent. Any guesses on what he did with his 20 silver? Would you like some? Would you like some? I'll just get a stack. Easy peasy. Yeah, all you need to do, guys, if you're struggling for groups, is just literally just have a stream full of people ready to do it. ERP, you guys went straight to ERP. Like, no pause. I'm pouring with fucking sweat. This is disgusting. Why, Emma? Why? Okay. Hey, preacher. Here's my little story for you. The best 20 silver I've ever spent. 'Twas a busy Saturday eve. For most people, raiding time. Who raids on a Saturday? Ew! But not for me. I was working my hardest to grow my apothecary enterprise, and as the brave horde heroes rushed into molten core and Onyxia's lair, I was the one, yes, me, who would supply them with the performance-enhancing drugs and elixirs. I didn't plan anything special for the day, but something special was apparently planned for me. I was standing by the auction house in Thunderbluff. Is there an auction house in Thunderbluff? Who the fuck does that? As I got a whisper. Mate, excuse me, mate, hello, mate, portal to Orgrimmar, excuse me, mate, portal to Orgrimmar. Every mage has been there. I don't actively provide transportation services, as some mages do. Oh, another fucking up his own ass fucking mage. Another one. You're just shit with your shitty water. You think you're going to be special next week when you get your good water, and you don't waste my fucking time, right? As a tank who doesn't need mana, right? And I have to stand there waiting for you blue bitches to fucking, ooh, look at all my damage. Now I need 18 minutes of downtime before I can do it again. Fuck off. You're not that special. I'll take rogues, I'll take shamans, I'll take everybody else. But you mages can kiss my ass. Make me a portal after the dungeon, though. Better I'd do, mate. I regularly get this message for portals once or twice a day. I used to ask to pay just for the rune, but people would feel guilty and drag me into unnecessary please take my payment conversations. So by this point, I developed a standard response to people asking me for a portal. 80 silver. As I invited them to a group. How much is the portal rune? It's not 80 silver. It's not a gold per port. I know that. It's not that fucking... How expensive is it? 20 silver? 4 times the price? 4 times markup? Dude. A 4 times markup? Motherfucker. I don't have any silvers. I just start play GAM, was the answer. Which then made me realise that I was speaking to a level 5 Tauren. Usually I would just make the portal for free for a level 5 without even charging him for a rune for being so pathetic. Wow. But something was telling me the person on the other end of this conversation was a fellow entrepreneur. That something was probably the fact that the character's name clearly contained the word bank in it. But there's a bank in Thunderbluff. Why do you need to go to Orgrimmar? I didn't want to bother much at this point, but neither was I willing to take a loss for a portal, especially for somebody who was clearly here to make money. So I responded, okay, tell you what, just call it 20 silver for the rune I need to actually make the portal. The negotiation begun. Or begging, should I believe. I tell you I have 0 golds. Please, push button. Please, push button. The Tauren seemed ignorant to the fact that pressing the button required a reagent, and I felt like I was getting fucked over. Not for much, of course, but at this point it was a matter of principle. So I went through my trade chat logs, searching for their name, but without the bank affix. The name was unique, so I was 100% certain that if I found someone with that name, it would be their main character. Oh my god. This is all over a portal! Just make him a portal, it's 20 silver. Honestly, right? It was your fault for responding to the whisper, and you know it. You know it. You should have just left it well alone. Fucking mages. And surely enough, I found multiple instances of this person fucking spamming. Buying all rune cloth. Oh no, this dude's fucked. Buying all your rune cloth. 1G a stack. Cod me anytime, any amount, or / whisper me. And also, want to buy Arcanite CD. 4Gs. 4Gs. Maybe they bought too much rune cloth and Arcanite cooldowns that they ran out of money. I thought to myself. After which I said to him, okay, tell you what, dude. You give me a stack of that rune cloth that you probably have plenty of, and I'll give you a portal. What a bitch. This is a total mage thing to do. After them questioning my statement and explaining everything, it became apparent that the veil had been removed. What veil? The guy's named the same thing. The lies were exposed. And before you know it, the hypercritical lecture about how I was destroying the Classic experience and the values of the players who played Classic began. I have never witnessed such a greedy mage back in the actual vanilla. I can have people mass ignore you, you know. I have great power on this server. There are consequences to toxic actions in Classic, and that your children of Battle for Azeroth will never know about. Never know about. I can make things very, very bad for you. Jesus Christ. A regular person without a plan would have left the group and put them on ignore. But I am a mage. And a mage always has a plan. I guarantee you the guys who Nova mobs next to the healer do not have a fucking plan. I would watch your tongue throwing out generalizations like that, okay? But our guy's got a plan. Life ruined. Classic over for this guy. So I fought back. Whatever. Calm down. Have it for free. As I started opening the portal when the spell was cast, the person was swift to run into the wormhole to Orgrimmar, which probably taking particular relish in their manipulation and intimidation skills of what authority and power they had on this realm. But of course, they failed to recognize the portal was not to Orgrimmar. I sent them to the Undercity instead. And when their loading screen cleared out, why didn't you send him to Thunderbluff? Why? Why didn't you send him to Thunderbluff? Are you fucking kidding me? Undercity? You should have sent him back to Thunderbluff, right? Am I crazy? He was in Thunderbluff. He would have just come out in the same place. It would have been so much funnier. So much fucking funnier. God damn. No Stonehard portal in the game just yet, which is actually a great misery. No Stonehard portal. I got a whisper. Your mother is a whore. And I hope she gets fucked every single day by every goblin on the server. Jesus Christ. I calmly responded with pride. My mother is your grandmother. Got him! And as I stared at the "this person is ignoring you" message, I realized this was my best 20 silver that I'd spent so far. It's pretty lame. Got him. From the oh, you're on my server? By author from Shazra. An original spelling by the other person has been preserved. P.S. I read this over. I realized the first paragraph sounds like a hidden ad for my alchemy services. I didn't plan this. I just wanted to make a nice intro in a poetic setting, which turned out pretty well, I think. Oh, if you don't say so yourself, little pat on your own back there. Feel free not to mention my name if that's a concern. I never mention any of your names in the Drama Time story. Anonymity is key. Anonymity is key to enjoy this. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings to the end of this week's Drama Time. We have been good judges today. We have finished a little early. I have things to do, unfortunately. We have finished a little early, but your judgment is impeccable. We will now pass it over to the Supreme Court, which is, of course, the YouTube commenters, who will pass down final judgment on our original author. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Feel free to hit me up. Have a wonderful weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We will be raid testing tonight, so watch out for a video. There's a TDP tonight, and if you're joining late in the Drama Time, I have a Ragnaros... in fact, I have a 15th anniversary statue and collector's edition to give away that Blizzard has sent me. So you get one of these, and you get a big old box. It'll be on the TDP that is going out this evening. I am raid testing tonight. Our brand new raid. I can't remember the fucking name of it. Something purple. Purple place. So watch for a video for that probably tomorrow. I'll try and do it after the raid. Jax, always a spot open. Just saying. Always a spot open for a big boy. Come play with us. Come play with us, you nerd. I will see you on Monday. Be good, ladies and gentlemen. And goodbye. I might stream the raid on Sunday. Maybe. We'll see. To you all, for Friday has graced us once again with its presence, and we give big shout outs to all the guys who are in the live chat who are from Team USA, currently on their way to work, dropping in, saying hi, getting everything done, because of course the globe is spinning, so I heard. I read some different things online, but apparently there's a different time all over the place, and there's wonderful things happening everywhere. So when your Friday rocks up and your weekend begins, let's kick it off with a smile, with some Drama Time. I have in front of me one of the juiciest stories I've had in ages, and it's just fucking nightmare fuel. Absolute nightmare fuel. That is what is coming up for you today. I also have part 3 of our epic tale that has been told over the past 2 Drama Times, where our wonderful live audience and, of course, our YouTube audience are getting a special edited version, so they have it all in a row, that has been going on with judgment and fury from all our viewers here as to what's going on. So we'll see the conclusion of that maybe if we have time at the end. It's a very short tale to see what's going on. Still guilty. Yeah, still guilty. Exactly. But it's been an awesome week as well. Not only did Dire Maul release in Classic World of Warcraft, which has been a ton of fun. Finally got my bow. Boom! 26 runs or something ridiculous. We finally got it. Only ever saw it drop once. Oh, I didn't mute it. Oh, God damn it. Dennis is going to shout at me. We managed to get the bow. We only ever saw it once, and luckily I managed to get it. Thank God that managed to happen. And of course, if you've been following on the YouTube channel, you will know the raid testing has been up for patch 8.3. We have got to see some of our new raid bosses, and they all look solid. They all look really good. No Blackwater Behemoths, no Radiances of Ashara. Is this a fucking crock? Fuck off. You all know I'm doing drama. Shut the fuck up. God damn it, man. Everybody fucking... Oh, it's 4 o'clock. Send all the messages. So nothing looks shitty so far. Actually looks pretty good. Some more information was dropped about 8.3. I'm going to have out to you over the weekend, expanding on this mandatory content and legendary cloak. And I also got to test out the new special rings that are available in a raid test environment. So I'll have some more info for you for what's happening in retail over the weekend. So that's what's going to be happening there. Now, I do want to talk about something a little serious. Can we get serious for a minute? Because it's something we never talk about. In fact, I don't think I've ever brought it up on the channel at all. Until this week, during one of the streams that I mentioned, that Drama Time, one of the things that keeps me going with drama and keeps it very enjoyable for me, and why I love doing Drama Time, is BlizzCon, because BlizzCon is coming up. This is how the conversation got started. At BlizzCon, probably like 5 years ago, my first ever BlizzCon, I met a lovely lady who told me that she watched Drama Time while she was having her chemotherapy done for her cancer treatment. And I was like, oh, really? And then from that, after I think I mentioned it at the time, a huge amount of people got in contact with me who do something similar. Is Drama Time is what they listen to while they're having to go through these awful treatments. Now, I hadn't spoke about it for about 4 years, something like that, until this week, when once again I was kind of sent a big load of messages from people who are in a similar situation, dealing with something difficult and having Drama Time to get through that. So from that and from everybody here, hopefully, we wish you all the best, because I do know that takes place. I didn't know. I didn't know until the first person kind of broke through the ice, is that's what they do. So we do wish you all the best. If you are in that scenario and Drama Time is something that helps you get through that, I truly appreciate it, and I like our email chains that we have going with those people. It is something I do in my private time. It's not something I like to put out on the channel, because obviously we're here to have a smile and have fun. So that's something that came up, and people were like, yep, that's me. I am in that scenario, so we do wish you all the best. Now then, let's get on to some fun. So I just mentioned at the start of the show, we have some interesting ones here. Oh man, this poor fucking guy. This poor fucking guy. God damn, man. God damn. So we're going to kick off with this one because it's just too juicy for me to sit on and keep you waiting. So we are looking for love. Don't worry, it's not going the way you think. In the wrong places. And some of you might have some ideas as to where those wrong places might be. Thank you, wireless keyboard, for giving me 2 E's. Oh, it's slightly too big. Let's go for love in the wrong places. That works for me. Perfect. Okay. We need... we need a girl. We need a girl, don't we? We're going with a Boomkin Burger. You could be our lady today. At the gym? Actually, the gym is a terrible place. A recent study found that, and I was surprised. You know who gets upset that they don't find love at the gym? The girls. The girls get upset by it. Men are too focused in the gym. Not there for fucking pouring with sweat and lifting shit from the floor and up. That's all we're there to do. We're trying to get girls outside that. Well, I'm not, but you get the idea. Not in the gym itself, right? Not in the gym itself. Yeah, the girl's pissed that the lads are focused on themselves in the gym rather than them in the yoga pants. Big surprise. Unless they're a perv. Unless they're a perv, which is probably not the kind of person you're after anyway. Okay. Are you ready? Here we go. Mr. Preacher. Hello, sir. I just discovered your YouTube channel at the start of Battle for Azeroth, but I'm a huge fan. Team USA represent. Drama Time is one of my favorite series to listen to at work, and I realized today that I have a pretty juicy story for you in the chat that happened to me. You're normally very good about protecting the identities of those involved. Yes, it is a key #1 rule of Drama Time, is we do not expose people. It has happened, but basically because people who are involved in the story recognize the story. That's the nature of the beast. But names and stuff, we never reveal those. Please, for the love of God, do not mention my name on stream. I never have, and I never will. I never have in like 4 years of making this show, and I never will. Don't worry. As a matter of fact, read through it before. Here's the warning that'll get you guys ready. Read through this one before going live. It strays dangerously close to territory you may not want to be associated with. Motherfucker, I am demonetized. We're good. We are golden. Hey, we've had dog fucking and all sorts on this show. We've been down some weird paths. Let me tell you that. I'm good. I'm good. I'm safe. Community looks after me. The other guys do not. You have been warned. Okay. My story takes place in the Burning Crusade. After hearing people at school rant and rave about the game for over a year, my best friend and I finally took the plunge and downloaded. Like many poor, broke 16-year-olds, get a job, man. You're 16. You don't need to be broke at 16. You can work at 16. You can work at... I started work at 11, yeah? Paperboy, yeah? Big paperboy. Had myself a bicycle, the whole business. You know what I mean? Get that shit going. But we could not afford retail. We went to the private service. My friend rolled a troll hunter, and I, being a weeby edgelord, rolled a blood elf rogue named, I'll let the chat decide, something weeby and edgy. weeby and edgy. We immediately fell in love with WoW, and over the next few months we raced to level 70. I still have fond memories of hunting tigers and raptors. Loladan Bloodfur, God. Have fun with that one. I still have fond memories of hunting tigers and raptors alongside Nessingwary in the jungles of Stranglethorn, or dropping everything to trek across the world at the behest of a mysterious princess called Misriel, trapped in the Arathi Highlands. Nothing will even compare to the feeling of stepping through the dark portal and gazing out across the fiery, shattered landscape of Hellfire Peninsula for the first time. WoW was everything we had dreamed it would be, and more. Yes, indeed. One of the biggest things I'm looking forward to for our next expansion is good, fantastical zones, please, Blizz. Like you did in the Burning Crusade, like you did in Wrath of the Lich King. Alright? It's a fantasy game. Let's just have wackiness, right? I'm okay with Shadowlands, but if it's all purple, I'll be pissed, dude. The guys at school were always going on and on about endgame content and raiding. So when we finally hit level 70, we began the search for a guild. Our timing couldn't have been better. Wrath of the Lich King was being made. A ton of people were leaving our sleepy little private server in favour of retail World of Warcraft. This created vacancies in raid teams that had to be filled. We looked our way into one of the better guilds on the server, along with a handful of other recruits. And over the next few weeks, our new raid team began the long and arduous process of gearing up us newbies and helping us unlock our attunements. Enter Boomkin Burger. Like me and my friend, Boomkin Burger was a fresh level 70. At the time, we were the only rogues in the guild, so the two of us immediately hit it off. I was eager to prove myself to the guild and immediately went try hard, full try hard, spending hours researching fights, rotation, stat priorities. I knew my mastery from my crit. Boomkin Burger took a more casual approach, let's say, to the game, but regularly sought out my advice on how to be better. It wasn't long before we were thick as thieves, constantly talking shit about other guildies and snickering over inside jokes via whisper. One evening, the guild was shooting the shit in Ventrilo after a long night in Serpent Shrine Cavern. Our new raid group had just downed Lady Vash for the first time. Spirits were high. The gang was feeling rowdy. Someone made a particularly funny joke, and as the laughter died down, we heard something strange. A high-pitched giggle. Clearly belonging, this is gross, but nobody says this, by the way, clearly belonging to a member of the fairer sex. Why do you live in Victorian England? The fairer sex? What the fuck, bro? Why do you live in Victorian England? I don't get it. Up until now, we had all assumed that our raid was a total sausage fest. After all, girls don't play video games. Nobody could pinpoint the giggle. Who was the giggler? Our thirsty members started to sniff. They started to hunt. They could smell it somewhere. They started interrogating each other to find the owner. The previous conversation was put on complete pause for minutes as the guild tried to get the bottom of the... No one was owning up. No one could work out the giggle. Except for me. You see, Mike, I was a bit of a fucking baller back then. Not only was I cool as shit as Rogue, but I had 2 monitors. Oh, yeah. And on my second screen, I had Ventrilo running. And I saw that mic icon light up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I waited until things died down and everyone went their separate ways before sending Boomkin Burger the big whisper. Was that you? Are you a girl? A minute or so passed in silence. And then... Yes. ... blush. ... We have ourselves a weeb. We have a weeb alert! Weeb alert! Code red! We have a weeb alert! We are emoting instantaneously. We are in full-on emote territory. All right, stay calm, lads. For all we know, this is his jam. All right? Boomkin Burger made me promise. Don't tell anyone. Except for my friend, because they were RL friends. She didn't want the guild judging her, treating her differently due to her gender. I told her it'll be our little secret. Oh, yeah. And we moved on. True to my word, I never told a soul about Burger. She and I were as close as ever. More so, in fact. She felt like she could only really be herself around me and my friend. As we worked our way through Hyjal and Black Temple, our friendship took on a flirty vibe. She was 16, and she lived about an hour and a half away from my friend. As a matter of fact, we were reasonably close to each other. We traded numbers. Soon we were texting each other non-stop. And after a few weeks, we swapped pics. No nudes! No nudes. And I was smitten. Let me describe her for you, gents. She was just my type. Long. Does that mean tall? She's long. she's a long girl. Oh, yeah. Long. I've never heard anyone describe someone as long in my entire life. Long. She's long. Dirty blonde hair, bright green eyes, and a smattering of freckles across her nose. I thought I was in love. Apparently my picture had a similar effect on her, as she sent me, and I quote to you guys, I'm talking to you live audience, I quote to you, this was her reply, hubba hubba, heart emoji, with 3 threes. Hubba hubba. Alright? Hubba hubba. Wow. Wow. Things escalated from there. I never officially asked her out or anything. You know what I mean? Never officially asked her out. We were in what was essentially a full-blown relationship. Now, a disclaimer pops up here. But I will come back to it. I will come back to it. A few months passed. There's a disclaimer at this point. A few months passed. Boomkin and I talked and texted constantly. If we weren't playing WoW together, we were on our phones. We had floated the idea of meeting up for my 17th birthday, but we just couldn't get our schedules to line up. The busy schedules of 16 and 17-year-olds, right? Fucking hell. Oh, I'm real busy right now. I'm real busy. You've no idea. The guild eventually cleared Hyjal and Black Temple, leaving us with one last raid, of course. The Sunwell Plateau. Wrath of the Lich King was looming ahead in the near future. When it launched, we were going to lose several members of the raid, so we had to get fucking serial. It had taken our group longer than expected to get past the Illidari Council and Illidan, and it was clear that a few of our raiders were struggling. Unfortunately, one of the names that was now on the chopping block for a raid spot was Boomkin. Despite my best efforts, she still only could use 2 buttons, which were Hemorrhage and Eviscerate. She would say things like, I don't see the point in using Slice and Dice, or Rupture, as it doesn't do much damage. Eviscerate hits way harder. Science, actually. You guys are fucking stupid, honestly. You guys are absolutely fucking stupid. After 2 straight nights of wiping on Brutalis, it was clear. Some things had to be made. Some changes were in the works. Burger and a few others were benched. As I'm sure you can imagine, it didn't sit well with her. She was understandably pissed about having to sit out, given she'd been raiding non-stop since the start. But even worse was the fact that I had become less and less responsive to her messages when I was raiding. Because she was benched, she had nothing better to do. So she would start texting me and PMing me constantly. And then got annoyed that my slow responses or one-word replies were making her angry. Classic. Absolutely classic. I know, rude, honestly. Rude, honestly. Well, I'm not raiding, so I'm just going to spam you with PMs, so you better reply. She became increasingly possessive and jelly until raid nights became a living hell for me. After a couple of weeks of this, I decided I was going to lay down the law. Sheriff's Badge on. I called her and told her, look, woman, I'm sorry you're benched, but I'm not benched, so I need to focus when I'm raiding. My performance is going to get shit, and I'll get benched too if I'm always replying to you when I'm raiding. We talk constantly. Is it too much? Okay, this is the line that's always going to get you in trouble, regardless of context. Is it too much to ask for a few hours of peace and quiet each week? Oof. Oof. Oh, God. ... If that's what you want. Okay. You're not mad, are you? You understand? Nope. Not mad. Are you sure? Yup. Have a good night. Enjoy your game. You died. I need that sound effect. I need that. I'm going to set that up. I didn't hear from her for 8 days. I didn't hear from her for 8 days. Now, I'm ashamed to admit that her cold shoulder treatment drove me a little crazy. Berger had successfully convinced me that I was the bad guy and that I owed her an apology. Maybe I did, I don't know. Only for the last line. The last line's never going to get you anywhere. When I realized that I had pissed her off, I apologized to her via text about 20 times. I tried calling her a couple of times a day, and when she didn't pick up, I would leave long emo voicemails. Oh, it's so sad. No, dude. Oh, he's going down the well. Nothing. No reply. I didn't even see her online for the entire week. You must understand, fellas. Berger wasn't my first girlfriend, but I was truly and utterly convinced she was the one. And my dumb ass had screwed it up. Over what? A video game? Was it just a video game? Is that why I lost her? I don't know. By the time next week's raid rolled around, I was a total mess. A week ago, I was on my phone every few minutes responding to a text. Now I was checking my phone to make sure I hadn't missed a call or something. Finally, during one of our fell-missed pulls, my phone rang. I'm not answering it. You should have alphaed the shit out of it, dude. I'm not answering it. I'm going to get mind controlled. Fuck that noise. My phone rang. I didn't even have to look at my phone to know it was her. I'm so sorry I have to read this to you all. I'm so sorry to you. I really am. The live people here and those watching on YouTube, I'm so sorry I'm about to read this.
acrops@gyzo.com.
I didn't have to look at my phone to know it was her. At her request, I had set her ringtone to Nickelback's This Is How You Remind Me. Oh, God. My heart skipped a beat and dropped everything to answer her call. Probably wiping the raid in the process. Gross. That's gross. This would turn out to be the last pull I ever shared with that guild. Nothing could prepare me for what was about to go down. So he picks up the phone. That means the end of Nickelback, right? So we can all rejoice in the fact that the Nickelback song has stopped. Boomkin was crying. She told me she was in the hospital. She told me that after our fight, she had gone back to her abusive, apparently, ex-boyfriend. She told me things were fine for a couple of days, but after a bit, he started acting like a dick again. She told me she tried leaving him a few times, but he wouldn't let her out. And she told me that when she finally blocked his number and got home, he had driven to her house and shot her. Now, chat, and he's speaking directly. This is his words. He's speaking directly to you. Chat, if your bullshit sensors are going off yet, can confirm. Good! They should be! Good! That is the correct response! As I type this to you, I still cannot fucking believe that I actually believed this story. But the promise of pussy had blinded me to the multiple red flags going on in the back of my mind.